Alex Stratified here. So this is a little bit of track prep for our FRS, and I wanted to go over some of the parts that we chose to put on this car and how they would help us get this car on the track and have some fun with it. So first of all, the car came with a set of headers that were cracked. We replaced these, and of course tuning is an ongoing process which is going to continue during this time, and as we add force induction and so forth. So for power right now we just have the headers and we have a muffler which is a little bit more sound, but that's about it, and of course tuning, which is an ongoing process. But other than that, if you want to take it on the track, there's a few things that you might want to consider. So first of all, tires. Now this car came with a set of tires that we're just gonna run through. So these are the Firehawk, the Indy 500s. They are a summer tire, 235, 45/17 on this wheel. They're okay. They're not, the best track tire, but we're just gonna burn through them and get a handle on the chassis and how else the car behaves. Other than that, there's a few choice parts that you might want to consider. So let's go over these. So first of all, let's go from this side. So we got a Perrin clutch master or master cylinder brace, and this is because the firewalls on the Subarus are a little bit weak, and we're just going to be driving aggressively on the track, and we wanted to support that piece. So it's just simply a support piece, not a whole lot of other functionality there. Moving on to this next piece, this is the Perrin oil cooler. So the cars run a 0W20 oil. We're gonna run a 5W30 for the track, and we decided to get ahead of the cooling game and get an oil cooler. Perrin has some really high quality products, and we decided to go with them. We run them on our WRX, we run them on this car. They even include a Subaru oil filter. It is a thermostatic oil cooler, so it's got a thermostatic plate, which is really nice because this way you can heat up your oil in colder climates, colder temperatures, and not have it always run too cool. So there's a Mocal plate. Everything really seems top-notch. Lines are really a high quality. I expect excellent fit and finish. And then there's the cooler itself, which is going to sit in the Airstream in the front. Other than that, brakes. So the car, we're going to stick with the stock calipers for now, and very important, brake fluid. Make sure that it's fresh in there. And then we decided to go with Ferrotto, the 2500 pads for this car, and this is just because our power level right now is not that high, and we want to see how these pads behave on this chassis. So it's a pretty light chassis. What you don't see here is we're going to throw in some Gt3 cooling ducts, and they just pull in air from underneath. So they're going to be attached to the control arms of the car right here, and then they're going to direct air into this caliper area, and we're going to trim the heat shield here. So they're not here yet, but they will arrive before our track event. Finally, in terms of suspension, this car, of course, will have a whole bunch of development in suspension, but right now it is stock. The only thing that we really wanted to do is, again, experiment baseline on stock and throw in some Camber bolts in the front. They're very inexpensive. Whiteline makes excellent products. And these guys, you can see that there's a cam right here, and that allows you to adjust the front camber on right in here on the shock. So you can see that there's two bolts right here. You replace one of the bolts, and that allows you to just move the entire assembly, the hub assembly, a little bit further out, giving you a bit more front camber. With that in place, we'll be able to get some baseline on the car and really have a lot of fun with it. So keep posted, and we'll continue giving you guys updates.